What are some of Minecraft's greatest myths? Does holding sprint actually make you travel faster in a boat? Will a trident with loyalty return to you if it's thrown in the void? Today, we'll be taking a look at some of the most popular and interesting myths I could find in Minecraft. I took myths that I've seen floating around the Minecraft community and some other ones that I'm personally interested to look into. Before we dive into these myths, a sub to the channel would definitely be appreciated. I put a lot of effort into these videos and it would help out the channel greatly. With that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Myth: sugarcane grows faster on sand. I wanted to start off with probably one of the biggest myths in the game to date. We all know that you can use sand or dirt to plant sugarcane on, but which block actually grows sugarcane faster? Most people have thought that sand actually helps their sugarcane grow faster, but this actually isn't true. So I have two testing chambers right here, one with sugarcane on sand and then the other having sugarcane on grass. So we're going to be testing to see which one produces the larger amount of sugarcane. I have it right now set to game tick is 0, and we're going to crank it up to 10,000 and see which one produces more sugarcane. Okay, and let's go set it back to tick speed is 0, and let's see how much we got from each. And it looks like we got 4 stacks and 12 here and the same exact amount, so both of them produce the same amount of sugarcane, so either block is the same. Doesn't really matter which one you use. Sand is not faster than grass or dirt. Myth: Endermen won't actually take damage from a splash potion of water. Now this is a weird one. You would think that this shouldn't even be a myth since Endermen can't be hit by projectiles. Well, for some reason Endermen will actually be hit by the splash potion and then teleport away after. But it gets even weirder. If they can be hit by splash potions, then you'd think that they would be able to take damage from the water potion, since it's water. Alright, I'm in the end. I have two types of water splash potions. I have the lingering and the normal one, just testing it out. So let's see what happens when we throw one on an Enderman. I missed. Okay, hold on. Okay, so they do get hit by it. Usually with a projectile, it goes right through them and doesn't even make contact. You would think that if they got hit by it, because it's making contact with them, they would take damage since it's water. But for some reason, let's try the lingering. Like, same thing with the lingering, yeah. So they're not taking any damage, but they are being hit by it slightly, I would say. But even though they're being hit by it, I guess splash water bottles just don't do any damage to Endermen. Myth: crops grow faster when they're near light. If I told you this myth, I feel like most people would believe it. Crops need light to grow, and if a crop doesn't have any light, then it just won't grow. So to test this myth out, I have two crops right here. One has a glowstone piece in the middle to illuminate light to the crops, and this one's pretty much in the dark. So we're going to change the tick speed. Right now it's on 0, and see which one grows faster and see if there's like a difference. So let's just go ahead and change the game rule. Let's crank it up to 1,000. And it doesn't seem like there's that much of a difference. I would have thought that, like, since crops can't even grow in the dark, you know, you need some sort of light. They pretty much grew like the same rate. I think this one even finished first, so it's pretty much the same thing. So I guess light doesn't really have much of an effect at all on crop growing. So definitely was not expecting that. Myth: using Frostwalker takes up durability. I personally have always wondered about this myth, but I never used the Frostwalker enchantment to notice it. Since the newly added Soul Speed enchantment uses durability while running, it would make a lot of sense if while creating ice on water, it would take up some of the durability. Okay, so for this next myth, it's pretty easy to test out. We just gotta put Frostwalker 2 on some leather boots. So I'm walking for a little bit. So far nothing. Let's walk for a little bit more. We've been walking for a little bit, got a decent trail behind us. These are leather boots, so they shouldn't have much durability to start with. We walked all the way over here and the boots have not taken any durability, so I'm assuming that the Frostwalker enchant doesn't take up any durability, so you don't have to worry about when you're using it. But yeah, so Frostwalker enchant doesn't take up any durability on your boots, and yeah. Myth: you travel faster in a boat if you hold down sprint. This may seem like an obvious answer at first. While in a boat, if you hold down your sprint key, your field of view expands and it seems like you're traveling faster. However, this is actually a visual change and doesn't affect your speed at all. So I have this setup right here in my just like general testing world. So I have this like little stream of water that goes down here, and I have this command block set up, and if I click it, it'll summon a boat. And this is how I'm going to be testing it. So we're going to do the first test just going normal, no sprint key, and there'll be a timer in the top of the screen showing you how long it takes. Alright, and let's break the boat and spawn in another one. And this one we're going to be riding holding the sprint key and see if there's a difference. So let's just go ahead. And it should be exactly the same. As soon as I hit the wall, the timer will stop, and it should be the same exact time for both of them. So yeah. Myth. You can put Curse of Vanishing onto a carved pumpkin. I'm not sure why anyone would ever want to use this myth, but it would make sense since you can pretty much put Curse of Binding on any piece of armor you want. Okay, we have an anvil and I'm in survival. Let's go and put the carved pumpkin in and the Curse of Binding, and you can put it on the pumpkin. So the enchantment works on the pumpkin and it's thundering. Wow, okay. And we can put it on and we just can't take it off. So now you're just officially stuck with a jack-o'-lantern. Carved pumpkin on your head, and you can't even break it because there's no durability on a carved pumpkin, so you're just gonna have to, like, you know, find a way to die or whatever to get it off you. But yeah. Now, with this myth being true, technically you could put the pumpkin on with Curse of Vanishing in a hardcore world and have no way of taking it off. Usually, with the Curse of Binding enchantment, you could just die and respawn with the armor off, but you know, it's hardcore and you would lose the world if you died. I know it may be tempting, but you might not want to try this myth out on your hardcore world unless you want a carved pumpkin on your head forever. Myth. A trident with loyalty won't return to you if it's thrown in the void. This was definitely one of the more interesting myths on this list. It would definitely suck if you accidentally threw your rare trident and it went straight into the void, never to return. Okay, so we're in the end. The void is right here. I have a trident with loyalty 3, the highest loyalty enchantment. So we're just gonna throw it off the edge into the void and see if it comes back. It's going down. I don't see it. Is it gonna return to us? It doesn't look like it's come back. It's been a few seconds. It hasn't returned into my inventory. Let me try again with another trident. Okay, let's throw another one in the void. Let me aim for, like, maybe over here. Let's see if it comes back. It's disappeared, and I don't think it's coming back. It would have probably returned in my inventory by now. I could have sworn that they changed that in a newer version or whatever, where you can't actually do this anymore. It would always come back to you even if it went into the void, but I guess it's still a thing, so you want to be careful when you're in the end with the trident, I guess. Don't throw it into the void, because it's not going to be coming back. Myth. You can survive a /kill while holding a Totem of Undying. Totems were added into the game to give players a second life when in danger. You would think that a totem would save you from anything, including a /kill command. Another easy myth just to test out, let's grab ourselves a totem, put it in our offhand. So let's go into survival, keep inventory off, and /kill. And yeah, no, so it still clears my inventory. But yeah, the totem drops on the ground, so it doesn't get destroyed or anything. It just doesn't go into effect, so it will not activate during a /kill. Myth. Daylight sensors only work in the overworld. I've always assumed that daylight sensors only work in the overworld since, well, they require sunlight to activate. But then I thought about it and the inverse function they have. When right-clicking a daylight sensor, it gives power to blocks when there's no sunlight. So would this mean that the inverted daylight sensors would work in the nether in the end? Or in the nether, we have our daylight sensor, let's put it down, and then let's put a indicator to see if it's on, and then let's invert it. It doesn't look like it's working. Let me just double check. If we hook up redstone, yeah, even if it's turned off. So I assumed originally that just because it's not detecting any daylight, it would just automatically turn it on, but I guess it's just like an inverse, so it still needs to be in the overworld to work. Let's try the end really quick, make sure it's not only just the overworld it works in. Okay, we're in the end. Let's get our redstone lamp down and daylight sensor and invert it, and yeah, no, still in this one it doesn't work. So it only works in the overworld, even though it's detecting that there's no sun. It just doesn't work, I guess. So you need to have this in the overworld for it to work. So there you have it. Those were some of Minecraft's greatest myths. This was definitely an interesting video to make, as I learned a thing or two about the game, and I hope you did too. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for sticking around. I'm trying to upload more frequently, and subbing to the channel would definitely help out to motivate me. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.